Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Rigathi Gachagua was impeached by the Senate, a confirmation of what the National Assembly had already done. It's now official that Rigathi Gachagua is no longer the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and the President ought to choose a different Deputy President. I want us to base our analysis on who is likely to be the next President of William Samuel Ruto's choice after the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, which was confirmed yesterday night by the Senate of Kenya. Remember that the president will choose his person of choice, and then it will be confirmed by our parliament. So there have been names that have been always circulating under suggestions from a lot of Kenyans, but we'll be narrowing down to three individuals who are most likely to be chosen as possible running deputy president to deputize the president William Samoei Ruto. Remember that there was a consideration that when Rigathi Gachagua, who comes from the Mount Kenya region, is impeached, then it was to be a good show or in good respect to have a deputy president also be chosen by William Samoei Ruto from that region. And that's exactly what I perceive is going to happen. William Samoei Ruto is not going to choose a deputy president from another part of the country or region other than the Mount Kenya region where Rigathi Gachagua has been impeached of. And it's all will be done that way so that at least the Mount Kenyan people can feel, even if our own was impeached, at least we did not lose the position. The position is back. Remember that the people of Mount Kenya are not very happy with the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. We have seen the interviews, we have seen their response. We saw even the times of public participation, how they were responding, and it didn't take them very well. So the only way to compensate these people is to choose a deputy president from their region, one of the counties, and these are the three names we want to discuss. We have the first name is Kithure Kindiki, the learned professor and the outstanding person, and the one person who has been always members of parliament have always wanted to be a deputy president. He was the best during the running mate when William Samoei Ruto. He was the most outstanding as per the MPs. Even if Ruto decided to go for Rigathi Gachagua, a lot of MPs had voted for the Professor Kithure Kindiki. Is one of the names on the list that President William Samoei Ruto is going to give consideration. But remember that it comes from Mount Kenya East region. It doesn't come from the larger Mount Kenya region. And politically, that will have some way of voting and some political outcome. And remember that these things are being done for a political achievement. So Kithure Kindiki is on the list. We have the Kirinyaga governor, who was the chair of the governor's council, Anne Waiguru. She's on the list. Remember, there is a time in the national breakfast, William Samoei Ruto said it's a time that Kenya has reached where they should be choosing, or next time they should be choosing a running mate or deputy president who is a lady. I think this is the best time William Samoei Ruto might want to give a consideration to having a deputy who is a woman, and I think she's on the list. She qualifies. She's a woman who has held very high offices in the country. She has the capability of holding that second highest office in the country. The last name that has featured on this list is the governor of Muranga, Irungu Kang'Ata. Remember that Irungu Kang'Ata has not been featuring here, but for the last 1 week, his name was featured. He's a very polite young, I can call him young man because he is at age of 44 years. He has a very good relationship with the president. He is not of much a politician, but he is much of a person who can manage and administrate, and he can make a very good choice as deputy president for William Samoei Ruto. And remember that he is a person who has held the position of county governor. and he has performed. He's one of the governors who are perceived to have performed very well from Muranga, and his name is on the list. And I think, as per me, he gets the first consideration, and it might end out that he is the one who is going to be chosen as deputy president for William Samoei Ruto. We'll be seeing what name the president will be submitting. Remember that since the beginning of the impeachment process, William Samoei Ruto has not come out to speak anything about that process, about Rigathi Gachagua, but it has come at a time that he must give a name to be confirmed as his deputy president by our parliament, because that's what the constitution demands of him. So Irungu Kang'Ata is a top name at this moment, but we have other people's like considerations like Kithure Kindiki, who has been wanted by a lot of people. Even the surveys that have been done, a lot of people have been proposing if Rigathi Gachagua is impeached, then Kithure Kindiki can take over. But Irungu Kang'Ata is on the list, and the Kirinyaga governor and Waiguru. We'll be seeing how things be unfolding. Remember that Ndindi Nyoro also comes from Muranga, but because of issues we cannot understand, it's not right now we're speaking, he might not be on that list, because if Irungu Kang'Ata is on that list, we cannot have Ndindi Nyoro from Muranga, and we cannot have Irungu Kang'Ata from Muranga, because they come from the same county. We cannot have all those two names proposed from the same county. It means then that if Irungu Kang'Ata is on that list, then Ndindi Nyoro might not be on that list to be considered as deputy president for William Samoei Ruto. We'll be seeing how it will be unfolding, but remember the baseline is that the deputy president post must return to the Mount Kenya region, at least to cool their hearts and at least to hold them with this administration to 2027. However, for Rigathi Gachagua will be proceeding to the courts. We will be waiting to see what judgment the courts will be making. And remember that this impeachment came out with a lot of technicalities. He did not get fair hearing. He did not appear. Wasn't not listened by the senators, and the deadline had not already reached. The motion to have that impeachment pushed to Saturday, which was the last day, was turned down by the senators in the Senate, and they made a vote yesterday to have him impeached. We'll be seeing how things will be unfolding, but remember to subscribe so that whenever we have such information, you are always notified. And you can tell me in the comment sections, who do you think is likely to be the best deputy president to deputize William Samoei Ruto for the remaining period to 2027 general election, because in 2027 general election will be having a different matrix, different coalitions, and different voting blocks, and a running mate will be chosen in that considerations. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day.